Yeah, sorry. So
Okay.
yeah, so
So
each
entry is your top
yeah,
level, and
yeah,
then each indentation under that requires another star
star
slash
slash.
to
Yeah.
get to it.
But how come the star to me it's a wild card, so why does it only go one level?
It's. I wish I could tell you.
Okay.
You can try it with only one star in
Yeah, oh
there.
I bet you're right. It just to me in my head,
Right.
you
Yeah.
know.
Well, it's per level, so
Okay.
it's not like you can. You can. That's where the descendant is so helpful
Uh-huh.
in the other X search path. See,
Yeah.
it's gone.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So you need another star slash, and then it should be fine. So anything underneath the top one, I apologize. I was saying incorrectly. So go ahead and run that so we can see the XML again.
Um
So just hit run.
well, I was going to well, oh you let me unless you care. I want to do it this way.
Yeah, throw some under Arianners.
I was going to put it there. Put the thing that we're identifying first, right?
That's fine.
It just it's more all right. So,
So okay, when you go SSN on that node, the entry node, you're automatically going to start on the first level. So ID, if
okay.
you were to do node dot or SSN open parentheses node comma ID, then it would find that ID. So you're already starting in that first indentation. But everything under that requires the star slash.
So,
So if you
okay.
do a message box,
Yeah.
percent SSN, open parentheses, node, comma, uh, or quotes ID dot XML at the end. So you do that, it will find the ID
Right.
because when you get a node, if
Okay.
you're SSN under a node, that first one's a freebie.
Uh-huh.
So you've got that first indentation. But if you wanted to get the author name, then you would have to go either SSN author slash name or SSN star slash name. Either way, it's getting you in deeper and deeper.
So you're saying here this would be right? Even
Yeah.
though it's blank, I think, right, as far as the value, but that's
Well,
the
it
XML.
gets, yeah, there's still going to
Yeah.
be the atom and
Right.
all of the namespace
What does
BS. But
atom
yeah.
mean? I mean, do you know?
I honestly don't know. All I
Okay.
know is it's a lot of it has to do with RSS
Okay.
or really simple
Yeah.
syndicate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so all to do with the namespace crap. Just drives me absolutely insane. So say you want to go link mlink entry, so you would have to say either star slash star slash entry or link slash m dot inline slash entry.
Wait a minute.
You got to start with link because link's your first under.
I'm looking at. I'm not just listening to you anymore. I'm trying to look at it to make sure I get it.
Okay,
Okay. So okay. Now I understand why link, because it's here, right? And so I'm
right.
dropping to there and then down to this,
hmm
and then this
So
is
get rid of name and
yeah,
put m colon inline and then slash entry.
and then slash entry. Okay. I'm jumping down to that first one that's beneath that.
Uh-huh. And that should get you your etag uh, da, 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 entry. Where are you at? Atom. Quote quote. Oh, okay, there it is. Etags at the end. So you've got your XML NS crap, which inherits from the XML. XML XML NS, which is XML namespace M, which gets set up at the top,
I'm sorry. Can you
which
help?
is
I'm not following you. Where are you looking?
right at the top,
Right here.
first part. Yeah.
Okay.
So XML NS equals HTTP
Yeah.
www.w3.org, da 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 da, Atom, or 2005 Atom, the first entry. That's, like I said, that's just populated from the XML class itself. Because you notice that it's not in the actual node. The only thing in that node is the m:/etag. It says entry space m:/etag equals w slash and quote. Yeah, that right there. That's the only thing that's actually technically in that entry. But with all the namespace crap, it adds in the XML NS stuff, all those little attributes, which is a pain in the dick, but it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not much you can do about it with the namespaces. But that's how you traverse an XML tree. It's really not. I mean, once you get the hang of it,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's
I'm getting
there's
it now.
hardly anything to it.
Yeah.
And like I said, you don't need all the words link and
Right.
inline.
I just need the
entry.
level. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. To
You just
understand
have to accommodate for each one of those.
the level, and then the actual thing I'm going for.
Yeah, that's the one that you want. You have to put in there because
Yeah.
that way it'll find it.
Isolate it. Yeah. Now. Now and then. Yeah. Okay. So then I would just be putting that into this where I'm iterating over it, and so I'm combining it with
Right.
the.
You would just change the node to all or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So go ahead down through there and then,
So down in.
yeah, go ahead to the end of line 39 and put in an open parentheses and pardon me, an open curly brace, my mistake. And then shift enter, and then you can bring that message box back up inside. Oh, yeah, that's fine. So go ahead and change node to all or change all to node, whichever you prefer. Personally, it makes more sense to change the all above to node because that's what it is. Because that technically is a
That's
node
right.
that it
I'm
picks up.
iterating over them.
Right.
What and see the all to me before. See when I had mine where I was playing with this type of, I was doing something like this, and the all, thinking of it that way made sense. I'd be storing them, all together and then doing something with them. But yeah, this does make more sense to me.
Right. So if you run that now, it should give you each entry if there are entries.
Uh-huh.
Which it seems like most of them are going to have those. So now you want to find names, and you want to find crap. What was that other thing? I forget.
Is that? Oh.
No, it wasn't. Well, I think it was. Just go ahead and do a message box of the XML. It's so much easier. Get the .xml on that. There you go.
Well, this, I mean, this is getting to it, though, like, I don't know if it was
work
necessarily under this.
email, first name, last name.
Yeah.
So you'd have to go in 1, 2, 3, 3 /slashes. Then you've got D, work email, D, first name, D, last name, and so on and so forth.
And so I can do that right here instead of even doing
Yeah,
it
you can
below,
go ahead and
right?
delete all that mess.
You know what? Just because I want to keep all this.
Just be careful. You got to close parentheses down there that it didn't catch.
Thank you.
There you go.
So here.
So you change that. You get ///// Then what was it? D : uppercase work, uppercase email, I believe it was. No, just capital W, capital E. I think that's what it was. No, that wasn't what it was. At the end of that line, put in the enter, and then the node.xml. That way we can just go ahead and run it so we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
see.
I got you.
So work EM, both the E and the M are capitalized.
Of course. Jesus.
Yeah. So capitalize the M and it should give you their email.
That would have been first, right?
Hold on a second. I may have given you incorrect information.
For the level.
1, 2. Whoa, yeah, that's much deeper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need 5 of them. That's your free 0, 1, 2.
4, 5. Is it? So I'm sorry. Count them out with me. So this one's a free one. Okay.
Right. All the way down to link. Go down to the link.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
5.
Okay.
Yes. So we need 5 star slashes. So that should be okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so for that one, oops.
Yeah, that's text is fine.
Right. Cool. Cool.
So then you would just follow that up with the D/ or D colon first name, last name, whatever else you need. I honestly don't remember. Yeah, that's probably what it was. But
they're on the screen there. That's why I grabbed them because.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
First name, last name, work phone, da da da
da. Yeah. So SharePoint. Why didn't that work?
Well, did you hit escape maybe?
Oh, I'm an idiot. No, I'm just an idiot. It's. I was thinking I was putting them all in one, but these are individual message boxes.
Right.
At work, actually, you know what? I'm still logged into my work. So this is my work computer, and we use a SharePoint for tracking our campaigns, and so we try to see what's on our calendar, going forward. But you can come in here and let's say actually I can come into here, and I've created this view where I can say 2 weeks out, and it'll provide some of the information, but even when I export this, it maxes out on, if I remember right, a certain number of rows, right, for a certain view. And then it doesn't have the contact info. It has the person and stuff, but doesn't have the actual phone number and this and that. It has stuff I don't want, right? And I can't really change the date either, not easily. So it was always a pain when there would be more than that would fit in this page, and so I had played forever of trying to be able to use an API call to export it from SharePoint. And I finally I finally figured it out, and then we were kind of moving away from it, so I stopped looking at it. But now that I'm back, and turns out we're sticking with it, I went back to my API call, and I'm like, I can tell it what fields to return, so I don't have to return everything. I can tell it the date ranges to use and to filter by types. It's really awesome for the API call. But what's really cool is it's interesting. It does, if you tell it, for a requester, right, for the person, to say, oh, because that's not available in this view at all, right? I'm sorry, obviously the requester is, but their contact info, their first name, last name, phone number, email address, that's
not available in that view.
It's not available, but SharePoint has it built in that if you pass it does its own API call when you call it, if you tell it to pull those back, because it knows that is connected to another table. So I'll be able to. That's why I was really excited, because I'm like, damn. Once I figured this out, or once you figure it out and show me, because that would have taken me a lifetime. Let me get back to that. It's going to be awesome, because I can build a really nice looking spreadsheet with parameters we couldn't even get that I could easily tweak, for the time ranges and say like, oh, you want one just for the Americas? Okay, right, and just change my filter,
Right.
and run it and export everything. You want one that goes out a month? Okay, tweak the date range. Yeah, so I'm stoked. But
You could also technically, um, like if you wanted all the fields underneath there, not just, getting them individually,
yeah,
you could select the properties, the MDOT properties node, and then do a star under that and then loop through them.
because I was going to ask you that was, which I think is what you're doing. It's kind of saving the stuff into another variable and then just grabbing different things from it. Is that what you're?
Well, what it would do is you would select the node, the MDOT proper M: properties node. So it would be star star slash star slash star slash star slash star. That's the
Oh, I got you. This.
yeah. Select that property, then do like go ahead and let's go ahead and comment all of those out. Let's
Yeah,
go ahead
yeah,
and
yeah. I was going to.
all right. Now go ahead and just properties : equals SSN, or actually, you know what? Just go ahead and do SN, just SN, not SSN. Okay, so node comma star slash star slash star.
So you wanted?
Got to be in quotes. So select all of that. Oop, yeah, select it all, and then hit quotes. There you go. And then just double quotes at the end, and then hit right, and that takes you right to where you need to be. Okay, so now put M properties at the end of that last slash.
M? No.
Go to the last slash. There you go. Oh, and now M: properties. That's the node above them.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, now slash star.
Okay. And
Okay,
that's
now
gonna.
go below that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What did you say?
So go to the end of that line and hit enter, or just go down a line.
Yep.
So while open parentheses, um, NN, because we can't reuse node, : equals SSN, open parentheses, or oh geez, I'm an idiot. I apologize. Delete SSN, open parentheses. Okay, so it's going to be prop.item square bracket square, not square.
Yeah.
A underscore index -1. Okay, so then go to the end of that line and hit enter. Oop, you kept the parenthesis there. Okay, so now you should be able to message box %nn.xml. Okay, so go ahead and run that, and let's see if we actually get each individual one. Oh, we didn't. May have forgotten a star slash. So do a slash star right there. Nope. Maybe we have too many. Get rid of 2 of them.
Oh, because we went up a level, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There
We should
you
have taken
go.
one up. Yeah.
So you got work email, hit OK.
And so it's
First
iterating
name.
over each one of those, each
Right.
of the dot, not daughter, well, whatever,
And
child,
each node that's
because
underneath
it's
the property.
one. Yeah.
Okay, now fun part here. So let's go ahead and hit OK. Or you're going to have to just
Yeah.
go
All
back
right.
to Studio
Yeah.
because it's just going to.
Yep.
Okay, now go down to the message box. Get a tab or a underscore tab. Okay, space. Now stir split. Now it's going to be nn.nodename, comma, double quotes, colon. Then at the end of that, .2, all the way at the end. So run that.
So you're going to get the second. I really like that.
So now you've got work email, and then so if you change the nn.xml to nn.text, and then put so change it to text. Now if you run that, then it's going to give you the work email, which would be a key, and then the name, which would be the value. So you could then store that information in a key value object.
Well, hold on, that's awesome. I'm laughing because I'm like, oh my god, but no, oh, because that's where you are.
Yeah, that's the name of the node.
And you're splitting the pair.
Yeah, because you don't need the P colon, you don't need the namespace.
Okay.
So all you want is the work email.
Bear with me here just 1 second. Is that... Oh. I just want to make sure I... Okay. Alright, I didn't... Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because it keeps pulling back the node space, or the namespace every time. So your node name, you just have to split off.
Yeah, you want the second... Yeah, you want the second part is the
actual node that you want the information for. So then you could save all of that information into an object or whatever, and then be able to pull that back.
Well,
and then you could have that have an object inside of an object that would be like what's the word I'm looking for? Keyed to like the ID or something.
Right.
Like
oh yeah, like the same way you helped me with that, the URL with the email and passing different parameters, values for it.
Right.
The URL was the key, and then I had a bunch of different values, for it.
Right.
Yeah. So
just be careful using like the ID, because it looks like a lot of those IDs are duplicated.
No. Which IDs are you talking about?
The Christ, I'm trying to remember your terminology. The email. Oh piss. Campaign number.
That the campaign number will be unique.
Oh, it will be.
Yes, that is exactly why I picked it. Because back on in our email calendar, right? See these numbers here? This didn't exist, right? And people would go and update. They would pick something and put a date on it and build a name to it and put it on a date, and then they would move it, right? And then they would rename it, but there was no way to know what the hell it was.
So each person is literally its own campaign number?
No, this ID, like actually if you see, this is easier. SharePoint adds a lot of crap. But see how this ID is all, it's this number at the end? That's the database keyed entry value, right? There can't be another 6964.
Good.
That is what this is. That is exactly why I picked it, because once I realized that, I'm like, well, holy shit, I just got to figure out a way to build this into here, and then no matter what, I know, whatever what they call it, as long as I have that number, I know what it's talking about.
Right.
What's crazy is the new system that we're moving to, that my boss has been all over, is we won't be using this, and they don't have a unique identifier, right? And she doesn't get it. I just can't wait to get out of there. But yeah, it's that is why I picked that. Was like, holy cow, that is what makes this whole entry unique.
Right.
And it can't be reused. Actually, if you reuse it, it just overwrites what's in here.
Right.
So yeah, so that is awesome. But how come this is, again, that's awesome. I would have spent a lifetime and maybe figured that out. What I was expecting, though, was, which you had alluded to at one point, was using this one. Is that not?
That's not going to do you a bit of good.
Okay.
Because I thought it was.
Okay.
I was thinking that it was all under the one main node. So you're wanting different pieces of information from different nodes. So yeah, the
Well,
easy attribute thing is probably not going to do you a damn bit of good.
all right, all right. So, but I can still, I'll just write a function or whatever that creates this and puts it into an object for me that then I
Yeah,
can, because that's exactly like once I have it in that format, it'll be easy for me to lay out in Excel.
right. But yeah, that way there, that shows you how that you can go into a node that has a lot of information under it that you can just parse through
Mm-hmm.
and then snag each individual piece or whatever. So
Yeah,
that way you're not going and saying, okay, I want SSN work
right.
email, SSN first name, da 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 da.
Well,
Just
and yeah, and that's what, because you're doing this, I don't need to do that because I will automatically grab whatever it is and
right. The
yeah,
node key is a good key name.
right. And then after I do that, let's say some didn't have an email address or a first name or something, that's it wouldn't have it anyway, right? I
Right.
mean, so yeah, so that is fine.
Yeah, the beauty of XML is it's always going to have M colon properties as the parent node of all of that
Uh-huh.
information.
Uh-huh.
So it'll get what's there, and if it's not there, it doesn't get it. So, you can't do shit with something that's not there.
Right. Although my boss will think that you know can.
You can go in and, create a blank entry for it.
Yeah, I know.
So if you want the same structure, say, you want the work email, you want the first name, all that, da 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 da, have it look for it, and then if it returns blank, to create a key for it.
Yeah.
So
No, and
that
I don't though.
yeah,
I mean,
so
because it
that's totally up to you.
yeah, it gets back to I'm going to take this and transfer it to Excel, and if it's missing, it's missing, right?
Right.
If I was creating some sort of an actual database and or a structure, I would really be iterating over. Even then, if it's missing, I would just have to use some logic to take care of it. But
Right. You would have to, like comma separated or whatever, to just tell it to add in a blank entry for.
right, right, yeah. But I'm not going to use it as a placeholder for something, as if it was possible in that email example and the URL was missing, that I would need something there to later deal with it, or an
Uh,
attribute was missing and then deal with it, because I'm not. That's not what this will be for. But okay, strings but no name. So
so the
this,
node name is going to be the key, and then the text is going to be the value. So don't forget that that's removing the colon as
the
well,
node
the
name.
B colon.
So I'm sorry. Say it again. The node name is going to be the key.
Well, the node name, the stir split node name :2, that's going to be your key.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I understand.
We
It's
just
sort
got
of
it
backwards,
backwards.
right? Is what you're saying? Yeah. No. I figured that out after we did it. Um, I was getting hung up on why we were taking the second item, but after we looked at the, now I get it here. It's after this D colon that you're
Right.
splitting on to say, which I'll tell it to go use that as the key for this UCID number wherever I grab that, structure all under that, and the text will be the value for that thing. Yeah,
Yeah, and text. So,
yeah, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, that definitely saves a lot of the work, because I mean I still would have mapped them out once, but um,
yeah, like I said, that you can do it individually, and that'll preserve like white spaces if something's missing.
mhm,
Or doing it this way, it'll just get what's there, and if it doesn't exist, then it
right,
doesn't exist.
right,
And you may want to do it that way. It depends on how you set up your Excel spreadsheet. Because if you have a column for work email and it's not there, then you do it this way. It's not going to space that out.
yeah. I'm thinking through right now how I would populate that into the spreadsheet. Um,
Because I could show you another way that you could get that information using like a for loop to get all of that stuff.
is it gonna? I mean, are these gonna be different, or is it just converting it to a
Well, what you would do is what I would personally do.
uh huh?
Um, let me Let me write some shit down on my end here because it would be a lot easier for me. So, oops, too many. Me. Okay, so come up here, and what I would do is like for AV, get some other information that you want to get. So look through the XML and figure out. Um,
Like these.
yeah.
So these are the.
So MDOT properties is under. So the UCID is definitely something you're going to want. So go ahead and figure out how far in. Well, technically, all you got to do is really count the indentations. So you've got 1, 2, 3, because the first dotted line is the freebie. Because
Yeah.
if you go all the way back to the top, it should or
Well, this also here. So here I am a little confused. Like this is, I noticed there are two entries for one UCID number.
uh
So do I just have to write a loop that for each UCID it looks at two entries, right?
it could be as many entries as you want. So that's the thing.
Well, but I think that's the pattern it's going to be is there's always two because there's just I think it's that there's two levels of data. The person, information about the person, and then there's information about the campaign.
Right.
And then it should start
And I'm
over with
guessing
information
you're
about
going
the
to want
person.
both.
So my point is this will be under the second entry.
Right, but it's the main item is all we're concerned with. Scroll it to the top of this particular item.
So here's where it begins.
There's your first entry. Okay, that's good. So slowly scroll down.
Here's the next
Well,
one.
all I'm really concerned with is the first link. So, okay, so we've got link. Okay. So we're in one. Keep coming down. So we're all right. So there's the freebie. Properties is 1. The local UCID is 2. So D colon local UCID, that's the big ID. That's the one that you want. So grab that D colon local UCID. Okay, copy that, take it to the other one. Okay, so now, or well, you can put it there. That's fine. It's
Yeah,
just
I know.
so go ahead and do like a message box. Yeah, you've already. Yeah, SSN open parentheses node comma double quotes star dot star or star slash paste. I think it was 2, and then .xml at the end of that. So run that and hopefully you get.
Wasn't that further down?
Yeah, I think it was 3 down. I apologize. Was it 4? Hold on a second. Let's go back to the actual XML here. Okay, so you've got entry. You've got 1 indentation for the.
But see, it does this entry here doesn't throw that off.
No, that has
Okay.
nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Because go ahead and go back to Studio and put in uh, at the end of that, put in like an enter and then a node.xml. So run that. Oh, oh, get rid of .xml off of line 26. the end of line 26 has the .xml. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what's
yeah.
killing it.
Gotcha.
So get rid of 2 or 3 of those star slashes. You got to keep the D on there. There you go. Let's see. Hold on. Freebie 1, 2. So it's only 2 in. So hit OK. And then, yeah, there you go.
All right.
There it is. So you could do dot text at the end of that rather than dot XML. TEXT, it's got to be the forward. There you go. So you run that and you should get your ID.
Yep.
So that would be one of the things that you would get. So what I would kind of suggest, if you're wanting to build like a list of things that you're going in to get in an order, or in any order, it doesn't really matter, but don't move the screen. Let me, so this would be open, so LOCL UCID colon star slash star slash B colon local UCID. Okay. And we're going to do a comma and work email colon star slash star slash star slash star slash star slash B colon work email. Okay. So then we come in here. X percent A B. And that, so PC and paste. So go ahead and grab that little chunk of text. So copy that, throw that in, just comment out 38, well, 39 now. There you go. So go ahead and run that. Oh, my bad. So it's going to be, get rid of the A and A equals B off the end of that. My mistake. Sorry about that. So you're going to want to do SSN, open parentheses, node, comma. Okay, so now you're going to want to do B. Okay, now go to the beginning of that and put in A, yeah, all the way to the beginning of that. Keep going. A space, quote space, equals space. There you go. Just
like that.
There you go. So go ahead and dot XML, dot text on the end of that.
Out here.
Mm-hmm.
And did you say XML or text?
TXT, just text. Okay, so go ahead and run that. So you've got your local UCID, then hit OK. Then you've got the work email. So you can build up in that for AB loop all of the things that you want. And you can have, like next you could put first name, colon, double quotes, and then the star dot star slash slash
sorry,
D first name.
Give me actually do one more example so I can understand the pattern. So like here.
Okay, go down and grab. Let's see, work email we've already got. So go down and grab first name. That whole quote slash or star slash, and down line 52. Grab that entire quoted area with the quotes.
All right.
You missed.
Yeah, I'm getting it. All right.
There you go. So copy that. So come up to the end of that there, comma, and then before that, you put in first name, colon, then paste. So now if you run it, you'll get it's not going to be in the proper order because it goes by
right. Yeah.
So build up what you want in there.
Yeah, I'm getting the pattern now. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. then you can just create the object outside of that and say, like, you probably want to grab the object, the local ID or the local UCID
Yeah.
separate from this,
Yeah.
but you can build up the list of everything that
Right.
you want. That way it'll always catch it. Whether or not it's there, it'll still be an empty field.
Yeah.
So that way, if you've got like a column for work email, a column for first name, a column for whatever, and it's
Right.
not there, it'll still account
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Yeah. If I'm dumping it in by a tab limited file,
Right.
yeah, I don't have to worry about it.
So that's what I would do. I mean, it kind of sucks with all the stars. I wish you could do descendant, but with namespaces, it kind of fucks it up. So that right there is what I would personally do, just to build the list, and then you can go through and get all the crap that you want.
What I'm not getting is this. How is this comma? How is it auto hotkey interpreting that?
Anything in a squiggle bracket or squiggle brace is it's an associative array. So the first word.
Yeah, I see it now, and that's why the colon is needed. I gotcha.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're not actually creating the associative array into a variable and then using the for loop to iterate through it. We're just saying create the object in the loop, so that you're not, wasting a variable or whatever. Not that it's any big fucking deal. You can do it before, but if you're not using it again,
right,
there's no point in creating. And then you can, like I said, you can build up as many of those as you want, within memory constraints. But
yeah, I don't have enough to worry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're probably only going to want maybe 20, 30 fields, which should be more than.
Some of them at times might be large, but it's still it won't be a problem.
Well, the data doesn't matter. It's just more for what you're looking for in here to put it into the object, the key to object. Like I said, the local ID, you're probably going to want to take that out of there, because you're going to want that to be the key for the object
overall,
that you're going to make with all of this.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be the nested. That's the highest level.
Right. Grab that first. That way that you can create the object and then start shoving data into it.
Right. No, I get it. Like I said, that was exactly what you did with the URL thing.
Right.
On the email. Is put that as the key, and then these are all things that I nest under it. Then I would put work email in this. Well, you're already, I guess, doing it here to some degree, right?
Well, you don't have to split it out, because we're giving it the key, and then
yeah. See, that's, I haven't seen it this way before, so it's just confusing me. But
yeah, as long as you're giving it the key, that way you don't have to. You could technically take and put just an array in there, and then split everything after the comma, make it the key, and then pass the value to the select single node. That's fine if you want to do it that way. That'll save you from having to do a key value pair. But like I said, that's all up to you how you want to do that.
Well, how is it? I guess what's still throwing me though is, so it's treating that as the actual. It's reading that in the XML hierarchy, right?
Yeah, it's basically passing that chunk of information to the XPath to grab the
but because I have that in the brackets, it knows this is not just string.
That's a literal, yes.
Yeah. See, that's what was throwing me there.
Yeah, because with associative array, it expects blank, or to the left of the colon, it's always expecting literal. So that's why you don't need quotes for that. And then after the colon, then it's expecting a variable. But since you're not giving it a variable, you want the literal, you have to use the quotes for that. Like I said, you could actually technically let's go ahead and I'll rewrite this slightly
Okay.
different
Yeah.
so that
Blowing my
we can.
mind, man.
Okay, so let's go ahead and don't get rid of what I can see right now. So
Nope.
obj equals. Okay, now so we go obj. Um, n node comma double quotes // d colon LCL UCID. Okay, so colon equals, right, so that creates that. And we come down in here and we can do this. Main colon equals, there we go, main uh, square brackets, stir splits, b comma colon dot two colon equals SSN node comma b. Okay. So then we can go like this. So we copy that, PC enter, go to U and paste that. So go ahead and grab that. Yeah. Okay. So what I did there was I created an object,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went and grabbed the local ID and made that the key for the object. So then after I created that object, I called it main basically. So then I come down and I get the local UCID and the work email. Then go ahead and grab the first name from the from line 43, just the what's in the quotes. So first name's all the way to the end, all the way to the end. There you go. Grab the quotes too. There you go. So take that up and put a comma after work email, the work email on line 39. So comma, paste. So what I did here was basically hit escape so we can see the next line. So all I'm doing is building up an array this time that's not associated. But what I'm doing is I'm saying main stir split B, which B would be the star slash stars. Oh, get rid of the local UCID off of there. The first, yeah, that one.
This one?
Yeah, I don't know why I left that in there. Get rid of that whole all the way up to the comma. Keep going, keep going. Just yeah, I was just and then delete the comma as well. So now you've got the work email, the first name, and so now go ahead down to the end of line 40, enter. So FOR,
I'm sorry.
that's okay,
I didn't know you were.
space, ID in ID comma uh, object, not OBJ, but object in space in OBJ. Pardon. Okay, now hit enter. So now we're going to say for key comma value in object. Okay, now hit enter. So now you want to do message box. All right, percent. So we need to get ID tab, then key, and then equals value.
Oh, are we? Are we? You want it like this, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Okay.
So go ahead and run that, and let's see how bad I screwed up. So first, email. Okay, hold on just a second. So it has the key that doesn't have the
Right.
value. Wait, give me 1 second here. Oh, dot text, dumbass.
Here?
Line 40, dot text at the end of
Yeah.
that. That'll help. So go ahead and run that. So first name's Misty,
Yep.
email is that. So that's fine. Now, why are we not getting ID? Let's see. OBJ. So for ID, comma object in OBJ. OBJ. Oh, dumbass. Line 38. SSN node da 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 da. All the way at the end of local ID end parentheses put in dot text. That after the end parentheses will be local UCID. So go basic. There you go. Dot text. Now run it and you should get your ID. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sorry, I forgot the dot text on
Yeah.
those. So now you've got it
Yeah.
keyed
Right.
to the ID.
Right. Right.
And then it's going to put all of those things underneath that particular ID.
Wow.
So then all you would have to do is create the object outside of your loop, then grab each individual entry, get the local UCID, create that as the key,
Yeah.
the main key for the object, then get all of the information you want, put it underneath that particular object. Then you can iterate through that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would personally do,
Yeah.
oh, your phone battery's charged.
Yeah.
Good to know. Okay, so now where is the, okay, so you've got, all right, go down and grab line 56 and 57. So copy that and put it under object. Yeah. Enter, paste. Now, good. Now go down to line 42, the end of 42. That's where we want to stop this particular.
Oh.
So put in a closed print or a closed squiggle. Okay. Good. All right. Now, okay. So, all right. Now, the main phone equals obj SSN. Get the UCID. That's fine. Then go through there and okay. For AD and that. I'm just wondering why your tabs are a little off here. Do me a favor, hit Alt M and type in fix. Enter. That's better. Okay, so it was just tab. That's fine. So that right there is going to go in and get the list of all the entries. Well, first technically it's going to create the outer object on line 37.
Yeah.
Then it's going to get all of the entries. Then it's going to iterate over them on line 39. Line 40, what we're doing is we're creating a new object under the main object that was created on 37. And get it ready to store all of the information that you want. So once you've got that main object for each ID, then you go underneath of that and you get all of the information that you want. Work, email, first name, da 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 da. Then after that, on line 42, you're just saying main, which is the object that we created for that universal ID number. And then we're just saying, grab the work email and its associated text, grab the first name and its associated text, so on and so forth. So now what we're going to do, let's do this in a slightly smarter way so that we're not just, all right, go down to line 44 and GUI, comma, add, comma, list view, comma, Width 800, height 500. Oh, I'm sorry, W 800, no spaces. H 500, and then comma, then ID, pipe.
This is the headers. Is that right?
Let's go ahead and say work email, pipe, first name. Okay. So now, all right, let's go ahead and, all right, now let's go ahead and do, let's see, we've associated somewhere, so that's fine. So go under line 4, comment out 47 and 48 and move it down. So go, yeah, move it down, beautiful. So now we're going to do LV underscore add, enter, double quotes, a set of double quotes, and then go to the end of that set of double quotes and put in a comma because we don't want any options. Okay, so ID, comma. Now this is going to be object dot work email, comma, object dot first name. Okay, now go to the next line, get outside of the parentheses, beautiful. Now GUI, comma, show.
Show, that was display, yeah.
Okay, enter. And that, you know what, let's go ahead and go enter. LV underscore modify, open parentheses, A underscore index, comma, double quotes, auto header, AUTOHDR. No, just HDR. There you go. Now, above that line, but after the GUI show, enter loop, comma, 3. All right, so go ahead and run that.
Jesus.
That should have, oh, it's LV underscore modify call, COL.
Right here?
So LV modify, not, yeah, there you go, COL. There you go. That's the one you want. So now run it, and it'll automatically size the headers.
Wow.
So that's the data that's actually in that object.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
So with a very little bit of code, you can go apeshit and just get as much information as you want.
Right. I can see this is already the beginnings of all the other parameters I'm going to want to have tied to this key.
Right.
And that'll make it easily dump it. I mean, freaking the awesome thing is I could actually bring this in with my API call, and instead of doing the two separately and saving the data dynamically, just even displaying this and being like, oh, I'm curious what this is, and showing it in a list view, and it'd be lightning fast.
Oh, yeah.
That's wickedly cool, you know.
Yeah, because list views are just basically spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Columns, headers.
Whatever. I've played with them. Played with them. I haven't done, and this would have taken me hours and hours to figure out getting it in there. But I think, let's see. Overall, that wasn't. Yeah, the fact that now you have in the object makes it much easier to. I can see how now I'll just update these up here, and then
just keep adding shit on the top.
Yeah, I got the structure.
And then on line 44, just keep adding your column.
Right.
And then on line 47, once you've added, on line 41, you add the information you want. Line 44, you add the column. line 47, you just add that
Yeah.
column's information into the column.
Right.
So just comma object dot
Right.
whatever
Right.
other information you want.
Right.
That's how I would personally do
Yeah.
it if I
No,
had
that's
to do it.
awesome. And then, even if I mean, I know this is great for displaying it, but this is what I was, which was what I was really wanting to get to.
Right.
Um, that having it stored that way, which that's freaking. It makes it so easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Just create the outside object, and then for each entry, create its own sub object, and
Mm-hmm.
then just keep associating all the crap you want with all the other crap you want.
See, that's amazing how easy that was for you to lay that out.
Well, dude, I've been doing this shit for 10 years.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. And I've dabbled in it, but
Yeah, this is the shit that I love. That's
yeah,
why I know how to do it,
yeah.
like by the
I'm
back
just
of my hand.
I'm just jealous. I
Just
wish I
all you
had
gotta do is do it.
I had more
Just
time. Yeah, because
it's fun.
yeah,
It's fun for me because it's like, oh, I have something that I can key information to, so it's always unique. So I don't have to worry about overwriting information or other stuff like that. Whatever, and just being able to sort it out into an easily viewable
yeah,
source is simple.
right. Well, and or save it in a structured format, right, with exactly what you want,
Right.
and easy to pick and choose what you want. I mean, that's what's amazing.
Yeah. Whatever you want, just figure out what the path is, and if it wasn't namespace, then we could use descendants and all that other shit, and it would make it 10 times easier because you wouldn't need all the /star/star stuff.
Just to be clear, so when you say, because does it actually say? I mean, when you're talking, is where? How do you know this is namespace? You know that that's
Go
it.
all the way to the top, and you see where it says XML:base.
Yeah,
Okay, that's the base uh, SVC. Then you've got XML:NS:D or :D.
yeah.
XML:NS sets up the namespace. That stands for
Oh,
XML namespace
okay,
colon D. D is the namespace. So
okay.
you've got the namespace D, you've got a namespace M,
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah,
and that's where it sets up all the namespaces. And then the XML:NS just basically the w3.org/atom.
yeah.
That's where you're actually that's where it gets the information on how to actually assemble the namespace.
Hmm.
I don't understand it completely. All I know is that's what those namespaces are.
Hmm. I wonder. I'm gonna have to look at my API call. I mean, maybe I could even tell it. Not that I mean, you've done so much, and it's gonna be easy now. I'm not gonna mess with it, at least not for now. But
Yeah,
I'm curious if I could have returned, the XML in a different format that wouldn't have had the
that
namespaces.
doesn't create the namespaces.
Yeah,
It'd be nice if you could do that. Then we could change it up and make it a little easier.
yeah.
But as it sat, the information you gave me was
Sure.
namespaced up. So
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I even contacted our SharePoint gurus, which are really smart, good people, and they're like, no, there's no way to do an API call to SharePoint, right? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure there is, but okay. And so I found a couple sites online and kept playing with it and playing with it, and finally, after a lot of wasted time, I finally was able to do the calls and apply filters and um, stipulate date time periods. But so it wouldn't surprise me if there was a way to tell it, you know, the
yeah,
structure is the way to
just
bring it
kind
back.
of structure it down to the point where there's just no name. In my personal opinion, namespaces do nothing but confuse shit. I
No.
know there's structure and everything else, but most of the time when you look at it, the namespaces are a little bit silly. Why they do it that way, I don't know. I'm sure there's something in their program backend that actually looks
Uh
for the
huh.
namespace and parses it out.
Hmm.
But it's M:properties, D:work email, D:first name, D:'last name. Why do you need the namespace on that? M:\inline. Fuck that shit. It's inline. It's properties. It's work email. Why clutter it up with all that namespace for shit? There's no point to it.
Yeah. Well, well, who knows? I was just thinking because SharePoint is built in a way that it's just dynamic in how it's doing stuff.
Uh-huh.
That maybe they build it for the most complicated scenario, right? In that,
Yeah, I guess so.
yeah, and that it's just easier to have it always instead of not have it and figure out whether you need it or not.
Yeah, probably sort of a future-proofing thing, but
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it just seems a little excessive.
Well, awesome. Yeah,
But
that was. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, I was just saying it's that's all in what they want to do. So go ahead and grab some more information that you think you're going to need,
No,
so
it's
that
cool.
we.
I actually have a call in a bit that I gotta be ready for.
Okay.
And if I did any more in this, I would start losing what I've learned. But I mean I get how to I'm trying to get back to it, how to add to this. So I'm pretty sure I do. And if not, shame on me because it's pretty darn clear now, right? I just in 3 spaces I first got to go tell it to get it, and then just basically make sure I update my info in the list view.
Yep.
But even then, I'll use this for playing around with initially. But really, it's adding it here, and then I'll have it in the structure, and I'll probably just dump it into Excel at some point.
Right. Yeah. All you would just need to do is for ID object in OBJ, and then create. You're going to do tab separated or comma separated, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you would just do ID, then comma, then just start dumping your fields. Object
Right.
dot work email, object
Yeah.
dot first name,
Yep.
and having all of those objects, comma, 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 comma. If it doesn't exist, it'll still comma it out so that you don't miss,
Right.
or still fields don't get misaligned.
Right. Yeah. 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 Yep. I definitely get how this takes care of that issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank
Yeah.
you very, very much. I hope you
No
cooled
problem,
down.
dude. Like I said, I do this shit for fun. I love XML. I love
Yeah.
structuring data. I love pulling a mess and making it pretty.
Yeah. Well, that file is clearly a mess. So.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, there's just so much data, and a lot of it is probably superfluous.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So, just for what you want, make it look how